Hey everybody, today's journal entry is going to be called The Sounds of Silence. Really, it's about looking and paying attention to sensory details and trying to particularly zoom in on one of them, which is our sense of hearing. So, the instructions are going to be to write a journal entry focusing on the sounds you are used to hearing and compare them to the sounds or lack of sounds that you are hearing while you are sheltering in place, so while you are staying at home. You want to make sure that your journal entry is at least 2 paragraphs long. This is just a sample, what I'm about to share with you to get you started. You want to try to include other sensory details as well, but of course, we'll be focusing primarily on sound. So here's the model. There was this song my grandmother used to play. It went, "In restless dreams, I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, and no one dared disturb the sounds of silence." I never liked that song, except maybe now I kind of get it. Normally, outside my window, there are so many sounds. You hear the sound of neighbors, loud bachata. You hear sirens, ambulances, someone dragging a garbage can to the corner, airplanes, helicopters, trucks, horns blaring, kids laughing. But right now, there's none of that. In some ways, it's cool because I'm hearing things I never could before. Like we have this light that buzzes, more like hums until I switch it off. And my younger brother, he's playing Splatoon 2 on his Switch with friends, and I swear he's screaming. There are little things too. I hear the birds outside in the mornings now, and I didn't even know there were birds in New York City. I hear the muffled sounds of my neighbors, and I think that I hear someone crying softly. Sometimes I swear I hear nothing at all, and I can't decide if it is the most terrifying or most wonderful sound that I've ever heard. And these words right here in Restless Dreams come from a song. If this doesn't copy over when I make your individual copies, I'm going to add it into the bottom of the document and I'm going to add the lesson that you're watching right now, right here, so you can always refer back to it. And if you forget what New York City really sounds like, I've also added a file to remind you of some of those sounds. So today we're zeroing in on things that we hear. And if we look back at the text, there's a lot of things when we think about hearing words that come to mind. Buzzes, oops, not buzzes, buzz it, buzz, hum. There were horns that were blaring. There were a lot of sounds related to transportation. However, there was a garbage can that was being dragged. There was someone laughing. There were kids laughing. There were birds chirping. So these are the kinds of things you want to stop for a minute right now and just take a minute and maybe close your eyes and listen and write down. You're welcome to use this chart. Write down, there's space there. Write down what you're hearing right now, and maybe you want to think about what you used to hear and compare them in your entry. Other senses that we sometimes forget to pay attention to is if there's something frying. Can you smell? Is there something that's frying? Maybe there's garlic, or maybe there's onions in your house that maybe you can smell, or maybe there's a musty smell. In my house, there's a musty smell because somebody needs to mop and somebody needs to vacuum. Um, what are you able to touch? Lately, for me, it's the keyboard, and I can really hear it. It's another sound, but I can hear the clicking, and I can feel that sort of hard, cold um, machine feeling that my fingers have been touching so much lately as I get your final grades in for the last marking period. And what can you taste? Are you snacking while you're listening to this right now? Is there something that's salty or sweet? Is there something that you can crunch, which is also a sound? So it has that marvelous way of working two of our senses at once. And then see, I won't spend a whole lot of time on because you guys tend to be really strong visual learners, and it's not, it's not a sense that I feel like you need to focus on. So that's it for today. Good luck. Can't wait to read it. We're really enjoying reading your journal entries so much. And we miss you guys so much. So uh, make them really personal so we can feel like we're chatting. Miss you guys. Bye.